It's really inspiring to see other people my age, you're a little bit younger than me, out there fighting the good fight in Argentina. But you're not alone. I've noticed I met so many young people who are voting for a like radically libertarian candidate there, like radically pro-free market. I love it. How did that happen? Because that is not the case here.
Yeah, well, basically, I think that the economic situation turned so bad in the last 3 years that I don't know if for the first time, but probably one of the first time that like people is taking economics seriously. Because like historically you
love it.
Yeah, like historically you
Finally.
there has to, something good has to come out of all this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the thing is when situation turns really bad, like no one can avoid the crisis, well then people start talking, okay, why is this going on?
Yeah.
Like maybe
what's the deal here?
printing money is not such a good idea. Or, so like mainstream media starts talking about these problems. Like they never talk about it. Like, yeah, you know, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe television would talk about, yeah, the inflation, it's a little high. But you wouldn't have anyone speaking like, why is inflation happening? Like, no, it didn't matter.
They would just be speaking about the problem, not the causes.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And at what point did libertarian thought leaders kind of get into that conversation? Did they force the conversation? Or was there a conversation that was starting to happen and they just were like, okay, this is the time we start talking about this?
Yeah, well, I think it was like a little bit sort of forced or impulse, especially, well, by the candidate, which is of the Libertarian Party right now, which is Javier Milei. He started appearing in television. At the beginning, it was like a marginal public figure, but after
like kind of friend
inflation
out there,
yeah,
like fringe, like, you know, like only a few people like really listen, but like he's kind of
like nobody cared about him at the beginning. But I think like the crisis like got so worse, and especially in the inflation aspect, and I think due to the pandemic also, that people started saying like, okay, we've had all this huge big government going around, the concept of social justice and the social plans and social help and everything by the government has been going around for 15, 20 years. And we really had like bad results and worsening results in 20 years. So like this other candidate like constantly saying, well, the problem is you spend too much, you have a deficit in your budget, you require too many printing, government's money is from people's jobs and people's taxes, basically. So, like, money doesn't grow out of the trees. So, with that concept, like, you know, like, other people or other politicians from other parties, like, they were saying, like, no, it's not because of that or whatever, but eventually they would, like, get, like, stamped to a wall. So, at that point, I think that Milei's ideas and push, like, and from many other people, started like getting on in people's mind, and this is, I think, the good thing, especially in young people and especially in adolescents. And with the whole surge of social media, like here where we are speaking, and YouTube and everything, is like many people my age become more curious. Like, well, why are we always in a crisis? Like, there has to be some reason. So then you start seeing like, hey, wait, we had this big government 20 years, it didn't work, and they are saying, because the problem is big government. So that's when people started shifting. So now you've got like, I don't know, a third of the population under 30 in Argentina who is much more liberalism sympathizer that you would have before.